Apartment owners suing a Sydney developer. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because it looks like some apartment owners are suing a developer in Sydney. Now before we go through this article on ABC News, I want to draw to your attention what I like to call, sadly, the triangle of fail. And this is, well, I'll draw it for you here on the slide. You've got the Zetland Apartments here, you've got Sugar Cube here, and we have Mascot Towers here. And this is just showing you, well, highlighting the issues that we have with construction here in Australia, particularly multi-residential apartment construction, and not just in New South Wales. I know New South Wales cops it a lot, but I've had people reach out to me from everywhere in Australia, and I've read articles and seen stories and things from everywhere in Australia. Darwin, Perth, Gold Coast, Brisbane, Melbourne. Construction issues are common. And there's a lot of concerns that we should have and we need to address. But one of them, I think fundamentally, one of them is just an overheating property market that we've had. We can see the foreign investment that was flooding into property in 14, 15, 16, and 17. That black line is showing you how many of the building approvals were by foreign investors. Nearly 100%, everyone. That's insane. That overheats the market. That puts pressure on the housing market. That means you've got to cut corners. That means you don't have enough time to do a project. You don't have enough time to work on it fast. That means people are putting rubbish quotes out there, getting whoever they can to work on things. It's kind of like what we're at the moment. It's crazy. I'm trying to get quotes from steel fabricators, everyone. I went to a wholesaler and they said, we can get you the steel, but we can't fab anything for you for 2 months. Everyone's going crazy. You've got the home builder. You've got end of financial year as well. So there you have it. And when that happens, when it overheats, well, that's when people make mistakes. That's when people cut corners. That's just when people make do. And sometimes it takes years for those issues that result from that to manifest. What's more worrying is bad habits can get ingrained in the industry. So let's have a look at how, because remember, we were talking about it from, Opal Tower, Mascot Towers, issues in the construction industries. We've even got artificial stone problems, home builder issues, lots of problems in the construction game here, everyone. So let's have a look at how they are suing. Wait, that's the RBA. There's an all chart. Let's have a look at how they're suing this developer. So apartment owners suing a Sydney developer, Toeplace, over dozens of defects in a new Parramatta buildings. Now, defects happen. They will happen in every single building. That's why, traditionally, there is a defects liability period. There is a period of time once the building is occupied for a year, maybe 6 months, maybe longer. Depends. You can set that in the contract. But there's a period of time that if there is a defect, the builder has to come back and rectify it. If they don't come back and rectify it, you've got money that you've taken from every single one of their payments, stashed to the side, that you can use to do that, rectify that defect. If you use that money and you rectify the defect and it still costs more, then you've got action against them. That's the point. So, apartment owners, because you've got to remember, going back to defects, these buildings are all unique. They're unique and special with the situation, what happens. So mistakes can get made, issues can happen, you've got to rectify it. And then money should be set aside for that, and the builder should set money aside to allow for that. Apartment owners in a large riverside apartment complex in Parramatta are suing developer Toeplace over dozens of alleged defects discovered after the buildings were completed less than 3 years ago. Two of Toeplace's 3 Riviera apartment towers on River Road in West Parramatta were finished in mid-2018, but just months after settlement, the building's body corporate lodged an action in the Supreme Court against the developer. The body corporate claimed more than 40 types of defects were found, including corroding concrete and defective installation of windows, doors, bathtubs, and toilets. Toeplace is the same developer behind the $260 million Skyview Towers complex in Castle Hill, currently under review by its private certifier after concerns of alleged defects were notified by Fair Work Trading this is wrong. It was under review before the Fair Works training officers inspected the construction site. They'd changed developers and changed certifiers, and the certifier was already reviewing it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The Riviera and Skyview apartments are among more than a dozen Sydney-based projects built by Two Place in the last decade. The body corporate representing the owners of about 320 residential lots across 3 Riviera Towers first launched action in the Supreme Court in November 2018. Well, the question would be, who was the subby they've used on these projects? Is it the same subby installing the baths and windows? The owners are seeking damages, interest, and costs as part of the building dispute claim. A total of 45 separate types of defects were listed by solicitors representing the body corporate in a technology and construction list tendered to the court. The list covers issues across 6 categories, including acoustic, fire and life safety, hydraulic, electrical, and mechanical matters, as well as other general building defects like incorrectly installed doors, concrete wall panels, expansion joints, as well as bathtubs, hand basins, and toilets. Other defects claimed related to the installation of plasterboard walls, waterproofing of bathrooms, defective installation of internal water pipes in the laundry. The body corporate claims Two Place and its subsidiary, Para River Proprietary Limited, failed in their duty of care to ensure the buildings were compliant and fit for use, and argue owners deserve to be awarded the cost suffered to identify the alleged problems and any rectification work needed. The statement claims the body corporate could not inspect the common property before becoming the registered proprietor of the building and therefore could not take steps to protect itself from the existence of defective work. The court has extended the time for the parties to enter into an informal settlement process to June 25th, 2021, with the next hearing set down in the Supreme Court in early July. The company, directed by prominent developer Jean Nassif, is also behind several significant projects currently in the pipeline, including a $250 million Box Hill City Centre redevelopment and at least 4 other large proposals across Parramatta, Zetland and Mascot. They've approached them for comment and they haven't replied. So this is going to be an interesting one, guys. We'll have to keep our eyes out, our ears open to see what comes out of this case. We'll have to see. What do you think, guys? Do you think these defects are legit? You'd hope they would have been picked up during the construction process. I wonder how these buildings were procured. I wonder. I'd bet a carton it was DNC. I would bet a carton. So, what are the solutions? As I've said, public education. We need a multi-certifier system that already prepaid before the building even starts. So any issues like this are at least identified. You need to move away from DNC for construction, for at least for occupied buildings, for buildings that people live in. And remember, the government only comes after the disaster, guys. They're not going to be your heroes and savior. It needs to be up to the individual to have agency and to be educated, to be wary. So we start demanding these things from developers. So they will pay extra for having an extra certifier because it's an advertising advantage. So they will look at a procurement method other than design and construct because they know that will do their brand good. What do you reckon? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.